Okay, so here we go. So TANDsoft has been a HP technology partner since 1993, a long time ago. It provides innovative HP nonstop software solutions for use in time virtualization, application modernization, security and audit, and business continuity. One area TANDsoft specializes in is seamless intercept or seamless intercept technology. When I'm not working on the nonstop, be it a converged nonstop or a virtual nonstop, I enjoy cycling, playing hockey, and the odd time golfing. Recently, as this picture shows, I was very lucky. I must emphasize, I got a hole-in-one, and best of all, my two sons were present to witness it. The feeling was priceless. Okay. Just before we get into the products, I just want to make some recent announcements involving TANDsoft. The first is Comforte recently purchased Sensitive Data Intercept, as we refer to it as SDI, from TANDsoft. SDI seamlessly intercepts SQLMP and SQLMX database access calls and is an essential component in Comforte's secure DPS suite of data protection products. The second very exciting announcement is DRNet Unified from NTI. It offers a new choice for the business continuity market, a comprehensive best-of-breed data replication, integration, and transformation solution with support for non-transactional file replication, online database compare and repair, and file backup and restore utilities. One-stop shopping has never looked more enterprising for the nonstop community. There's a few TANDsoft products included in the DRNet Unified. We will talk about those, but they include the FS Compare and Repair, FS Backup and Restore, and File Sync. So we'll talk about FS Compare and Repair first. FS Compare and Repair is a very exciting product from TANDsoft and for the nonstop community. It is the fastest file compare solution available for nonstop. Some of the FS Compare and Repair ingredients include, and this is a very one that's common in these three products, is the block hash compare technology. Very important and fast piece of technology. It supports NScribe, OSS, and SQLMP. With the product, you're able to identify, report, and resolve row or record, field or column discrepancies, and any other data discrepancies in, let's say, in an unstructured file. It's very fast. It processes multiple partitions in parallel. It can also repair a corrupted file if need be. It generates EMS alerts on certain comparison results. And also you can have reports. There is an SQL access to generate reports as you wish and cater to your needs. It can be run during normal business hours, which is very important. And it works with all data replication products. So if we continue on with some of the FS Compare and Repair, it's important that not only read the label before you buy, but you should check the serving size as well. As we know, the serving size is very important when, you know, this particular food product has very little salt, but yet the serving size is, you need 4 or 5 of those to make up a proper meal. So the FS Compare and Repair, when we say that it's blazing fast, you have to look at some of these numbers. A 1 terabyte multi-partition file takes just 10 minutes to compare. Our competitors said they can compare 10 million records in less than 1 hour. Well, we did some tests and we were able, with our block technology, to compare 10 million records in 13 seconds. That's a magnitude of difference. And we qualify that with 91 megabytes per second. Obviously, if there's larger records, smaller records, that does vary. It does affect the overall compare time. What is a better technique to reduce network traffic? Would you have just advanced data compression, which is fine, and it really depends on the nature of the data as far as the compression ratio. or in the block hashing case, ours is fixed at 16 bytes per 4K block, or 0.004% of a file size. Remember, you should always read the label before you buy, and also check the serving size. Okay, so we're gonna move along here. We're gonna check into now the FileSync product. This is also based on a very similar technology of the block hashing, and we'll see how that is used here. So FileSync synchronizes files and application environments between HP nonstop servers. Okay. Some of the FileSync ingredients, they are all on the screen, but I'll just highlight some in particular. With FileSync, it can automatically monitor, replicate, and synchronize files and your application environments. It does use the block hashing technology to synchronize only the changed data to a backup database. It supports all of the nonstop file types, NScribe, OSS, SQLMP, and SQLMX. It's near real-time replication to backup systems. It's used for disaster recovery, migrations, upgrades, and backups. It supports expand and TCP/IP. It can also repair corrupted files on the target, and it complements all third-party replication products. With FileSync, our competition measures network and synchronization times in hours. Well, with the TANDsoft and the block hashing, where we identify the data block changes only, it reduces it to minutes. If 5% of a file has changed since the previous day, FileSync would synchronize the target database with only the blocks that have changed, not the whole file. It's a magnitude of difference in the time required to synchronize your target file. We'll move on now to another product, which is also, I chose these three in particular because they're all relying on the block hashing technology used for different avenues. The FS Backup and Restore is the fastest file backup and restore solution available on nonstop. It is for nonstop customers whose hour-long backups are creating challenges within their processing environments. And you can see that it doesn't replace the HP Backup and Restore, but it sits in front of it. So it will access the files and interface to the HP Backup and Restore. And HP Backup and Restore can still go to the traditional physical tape. It can go to virtual tape. It's completely transparent downstream from the Backup and Restore utility. With FS Backup and Restore, some of the ingredients of this particular product to note are that, again, it uses the block hashing and source deduplication technology to significantly reduce incremental and differential backup times. It's very similar to a TMF type of architecture where the TMF will take an online dump of your data first time. So think of that in backup terms as an initial image. And then it creates all of the changes to that file in the audit trail, which are then dumped periodically. So the FS Backup and Restore works similar to this, where first backup is initial image, and then your incremental or differential is only the changes that have taken place since your last backup.
So Jack, I think if you looked at other technologies, they'd call this snapshots.
Sorry?
If you
snapshot, yes.
Yeah, they'd call them snapshots in other technologies, this approach.
Okay. Yeah, I've also seen it referred, you mean in reference to incremental and differential backup? The initial snapshot. So you're talking about the initial snapshot?
So you do a snapshot and then it does the delta changes on top of it. That's
okay, very good. Yes, thanks for that snapshot. So initial image, that image seems to be very popular in the nonstop area, but yes, so the initial snapshot and then the differential or incremental backups from the initial snapshot. But the important thing is that it's only the change data, not whole files. It complements HP nonstop backup and restore utilities. and all third-party physical and virtual nonstop tape products and storage solutions. It supports all the nonstop data types file types: NScribe, OSS, SQLMP, and SQLMX. So with the solution, it reduces backup times that traditionally could have taken hours down to minutes, just by backing up and restoring the data block differences. Moving right along here. Okay. Okay, just wanted to make sure my time is good. Okay, so Opta 2000 is a clock and time zone simulator product for the nonstop. It's by the name 2000 was this was designed originally and was used very frequently by customers for year 2000 testing. That would be the clock portion of Opta 2000, where you can simulate any time on the nonstop machine. The time zone is something that's used today, where you can actually have virtual time zones, multiple virtual time zones, so applications running in their own virtual time zone container on one converged nonstop or one virtual nonstop. It uses seamless intercept technology, so there's no application source code changes that are required. You could do date and time testing with future time, past time, or frozen time. That would be the clock part of the Opta 2000 clock simulator. With the time zone, your simulator, you're able to consolidate data centers by running multiple time-sensitive applications in virtual time zones on one nonstop server. There's no need to ever change the system clock. It supports all of the nonstop file types, NScribe, OSS, SQLMP, and SQLMX. And it supports daylight saving time transition tables. So you would have to load or preload into Opta 2000 the DST transitions for the virtual time zone that you want to simulate. It supports all in-house, HPE, and third-party solutions. One customer uses the Opta 2000 to run multiple virtual net batch environments, which is pretty cool, because what they're able to do is they can schedule jobs to run at current time in any time zone on that one nonstop machine. So 4 o'clock market close in London, Paris, Tokyo, New York, 4 o'clock, it kicks off a job exactly at 4 o'clock current time. Okay, this is just a quick example to visualize, or try to visualize the applications on the nonstop that can run in Eastern Daylight Time, so it's GMT -5. Application that can run in British summertime. They can run in Central European summertime. They can run in Japan Standard Time, and all of these applications, instances, and environments can actually run on one nonstop machine. Okay, I see some questions, but I'm going to continue on. I'm going to wait for the end, just so we could not interrupt at the moment. But I'll continue on. I do see some questions. I will answer those. So again, you consolidate nonstop servers by running virtual time zone applications or time-sensitive applications. Consolidating nonstop servers is a huge saving. You're talking about the savings in data centers, savings in licensing costs, saving in hardware. You can actually run on a larger machine and run multiple virtual instances of your applications. Okay. I can switch the screen here. Okay. So the next one we'll briefly look at is a sensitive data intercept. So the SDI product provides seamless interception and logging of the NScribe, SQLMP, and SQLMX database access calls. So again, no changes to your application. It uses the seamless intercept technology, no source code changes, intercepts and logs all NScribe, SQLMP, and MX. It supports in-house applications, HPE applications, including SQLCI, MXCI, ODBC MX, the ODBC MX server, and third-party solutions. Okay. So some of the ingredients of the SDI is, as I just said, sorry, I should have advanced the slide before, but this just reiterates what I just said earlier, that it does support the seamless intercept, all file access types, NScribe, MP, and MX, and it supports in-house or external applications. Okay, so just to move on and getting towards the end of the presentation, I did have half an hour and I started a little late. I'm sure people are getting hungry for their lunch as well. But just reminders before you buy, whether it's Nonstop software, food products, any other software, whether it's on Nonstop or not, you should check the serving size. And we do that. I mean, the serving size is important because you want to make sure that you're comparing apples to apples. Ask the important questions. Ask the hard questions. Ask, does it solve the problems in your environment? Ask for the product feature list and ask for customer references. And most importantly, ask for the free trial. Bring it in, and vendors will be very happy to help you along with those free trials so you can get it up and running in your own environment. Or you can even ask them to do a demonstration on their own system so you can see it very quickly and easily work in their environment. But most importantly, always read the product label before you buy. So this is it for my presentation, and I did see some messages in the chat, which I'll read and read and answer those questions if I can. So from Randall Becker, he asked, does this work in OSS and pthreads? And the answer is yes. And I'm not sure. I think that was back with, was that back with Opta 2000, Randall? I forget where that was coming from.
Yeah, that's where it was.
It was for Opta 2000. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so for Opta 2000, it does work with the OSS. You can run Java applications in virtual time zones as well with the Opta 2000. Is there any other questions? I know this is being recorded, and you can contact myself or Dieter at the email address on the screen there with any questions or trials of the product, references, anything that you may need to better understand the product and to trial the software as well if you like. Any other questions through your microphone or through the chat? Otherwise, I will, I think, pass this back and have you enjoy your lunch. I think some people have been a little delayed for that.
Yeah, make sure you leave the room and go back to the main room when you've finished this session, please.
Okay, so you want me to do that now? Leave the room?
If everyone's finished, yeah.
Okay, so I'll go to the stop share and I can leave the room here. Okay, thank you very much for attending, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks. Enjoy lunch.